Alright, welcome back everyone to the Chain Pact Dynasty. This is episode 8. Yes, we have been going for 2 full months at this point. This is our recurring King of the Castle Dynasty, focused on role-playing and lore building. If you're new around here, I definitely strongly recommend jumping into our Discord server to take a look at what the community is doing. There's a lot of lore. There's a lot of role-playing. So yeah, in this game, trying to win is not really what we're trying to do. We're trying to have fun together and create a beautiful story together and roleplay. I roleplay my Monarch, I don't play optimally. I don't expect you to play optimally, I encourage you to roleplay. You don't have to though, so feel free to engage with the game as in any way you want. You can just play to win if that's what you want, but I strongly encourage you to roleplay, because I think it's more fun. So now, before we get started with the events, I have, as always, a summary for you to let you know what happened last time. So in case you're new, you can get a starting point. This is, as always, provided by our lovely That Which Lurks. So previously on the Chain Pact Dynasty, in the reign of patrician king Robin V the Affable, who ruled from 1053 to 1070. With popular reforms, such as the introduction of public schools, the reign of Queen Robin IV the Peaceable was increasingly republican, yet harmonious. King Robin V was eager to further his mother's legacy and make the kingdom more like the Kurth of which Orid, a close friend of the family, spoke so highly of. Controversially, he was voted to strive for sainthood, which may have gone against the spirit, if not the letter, of the Religious Toleration Act of 1025. However, he first had to deal with the crabs. For decades, intelligent crustaceans had been raiding coastal towns, but they mostly had been dismissed as a hoax until a major port was hit a few years into Robin IV's reign. Robin V inherited a war alongside the crown. His first decision was to ban the trade of pet jewel crabs, spies, among oblivious trendsetters. This just made them more alluring. The war intensified. The king promised his understanding subjects that the army would take back control of the situation. Then he realized that it was rich enough to hire sea wizard Scrampton to banish all these small decapods from the land. Living hitherto unseen, ox-sized crabs rise from the deep. At last the army was sent, and after months and thousands of deaths, drove the monsters back into the sea. But well-informed nobles warned they would be back, pushing Robin to ally with the Fiendfolk. Oh god, I lost my... Yeah, there you go. Between Scrampton's failure and a witch being killed for mind controlling a chief, Robin grew distrustful of mages. But perhaps one from a loyalist family would be more reliable. Lady Patrician Henrietta Resuna was allowed to train under Gordius the Stone Wizard, while leaving all her family's gold to the crown. Robin put this fortune to use. Gordius' apprentice stole jewelry for research. The victims were paid back. A town burned down. It was rebuilt in stone. Magically twisted bears attacked the north. Mercenaries were hired. In a few years, the treasury was brought down to a mediocre level again. Robin's wife, Chief Heth PJ, was a shrewd businesswoman driven by ambition, but she did not contribute to the kingdom's finances, as it was mutually agreed that the real marriage was to be purely political, not binding its parts to any duty beside the Chain Pacts. The Stone Maiden reappeared, and Henrietta's training was incomplete. Unwilling to rely on Gordius, the faithful king called for a crusade against the entity. The martial soldiers and Templars shattered her, turning the already religious region zealous. The council grew so bold as to send Baron Nicholas of the Apiary forcefully evict Gordius from the town which his aura was ruining. The retaliatory schisms were such that peasants brought the Baron to the wizard themselves, and the court received a statue of a pleading noble. Gordius kept his town. Patrician King Robin V the Affable was cheerful and friendly, approachable despite wielding the full authority of his lineage. As he glided about with tranquil determination, crowds of supporters followed with rapt attention, and his detractors didn't dare bribe or threaten his entourage. An uprising was unthinkable. He had led the march into the church and prevented pagan chiefs from finding back the Horn of Odheld, lost since Asgal's coup. Yet he was no saint, for his truest devotion didn't go to the Ninth, but to the people. While effortlessly socializing with peasants at a party in his honor, Robin had an epiphany. He realized the purpose behind his power, how it could be used to make the kingdom more like Kurth. His reign was the first one during which peasants were free to attend the council's sessions. He spent most of it defending the kingdom from crabs and magical beings, weathering his distaste for war as an end in itself. But his act had already earned him a place in the history books, and nothing the nobles would do could change that. And that's what happened last time in the Chain Pact Dynasty. Please give us a big round of applause for That Which Lurks for providing this amazing freaking summary. Oh, damn. Go fight the crabs on Discord. Come on, where's the applause? Where's the applause? Come on, come on, come on, come on. Thank you so much, Lurks. The Too Long Did to Read is actually super good for this one. I really love it. I really love it. Like, for all his fighting against supernatural menaces, Patrician King Robin V the Affable is mostly remembered for his gracious charisma, which made any notions of plot against him seem ridiculous, and for allowing common folk into the council for the first time, to pursue his mother's vision of a more Kurth-like kingdom. The nobles are uneasy about this decision, but Robin V can't be disobeyed, and even if the act itself is repelled, the precedent is undeniable. Yeah, peasants in the council. What happens now that the peasants have left the council in the game, but the associated law didn't pass in RP? I think that was probably a law that was tried, that the council was trying to pass while Robin V was still alive, and it did not pass. But as soon as Robin V died, a similar law passed. That's how I explain it. Yeah. So yeah, peasants are out of the council now. For sure. So, now that you have a little bit of an idea what happened last time, we can get started with the coronation. Your Majesty, it was an honor to serve your father, but now it's your time to wear the crown. As is tradition, the council will decide what happens at your coronation. Yeah, let's get this over with. Shall we call the nobles in? Alright, dear nobles of the council, your first choice of the night. Force the commoners to swear blood oath? No, we're not gonna do that. We're not gonna do that. We're not gonna do that. That sounds absolutely ridiculous. I'm gonna say no to B. I respect the commoners. I respect the commoners. No, 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 no. I respect the commoners here. No, no, no. I think it's either throw the king into the river or a vast banquet, you know? I think it might be a banquet. So yeah, this kingdom revolves around the idea of this dynasty revolves around the idea of a pact, basically. The nobles of the three regions that compose the kingdom signed a pact that basically establishes the fact that the three regions will take turns ruling. And there's a specific ritual, there's a ritualized ceremony for marriage and honor guard selection, and the reason why I picked this theme is that I wanted to see if we could have some groups, you know, some enmities, basically, not being between regions, but across regions, you know. So I didn't want barons being against chiefs being against patricians, but I wanted some barons and some chiefs and some patricians to be against some other barons, other chiefs, and other patricians, and that's happened. That's been happening. Now, it looks like it's going to be the river. All right. Good point, Lalkatan. That's great. That's a great interpretation. It is decided the king will be thrown in the river. And so it begins. The nobles pick you up and carry you out to the Treadwater River, hurling you into the shallow water with a cheer. When you climb back up the banks, soaking wet, the Chancellor steps forward and places the crown upon your head. Is it your imagination, or are some of the nobles stifling giggles? They probably are. They probably are. Do we have bugs? No, we have no bugs. Alright. And now that we've had the coronation, we can proceed with one more important moment in the Chain Pact Dynasty, and that is, absolutely, the anthem. In case you don't know, in case you're new around here and you don't know about this, the Chain Pact Dynasty has an official anthem that has been written by the Honest Swede, who I don't think I've seen in chat, but a member of our community. Sonics Ram, welcome back. Hello. And I will now be singing the anthem for you. I'm gonna be butchering the anthem. Let me get some water, and then it's anthem time. The anthem is called Vocatio Nova Aetatis, or more simply, the Call of the New Age. Yeah, don't worry, don't worry. Oh, no, we do this every time after the ceremony. Alright. Get ready for the anthem. Here we go. In the halls of our forebears, from sea to shining sea, raise up the call of loyalty, for now reigns a time of peace. Honor bound by noble principle, we hold ourselves instead. For prosperity and compromise shall rule our times again. From the tundra of the northern lands to the mountains of the march, across rolling shores of coastal sands, we shout with valiant hearts, may the pact eternal be. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And that is the anthem of the Chain Pact Dynasty. As always, a huge thank you to Honest Swede for providing these. This is absolutely freaking amazing. This always pumps me up. What's my region? Let me check it. Thank you, Lurks. Sonic says, you are patrician. Now that we have that out of the way, wonderful. Well, thank you, Exocor. That's what we do around here. We take lore seriously. We take role-playing seriously. So, there you go. There you go. After the coronation, the anthem, now we can get into the thick of things. Let's start with council introduction. Now that you're the king, your first duty is to meet with the Council of Nobles. This doubled my faith in the Chain Pact Dynasty and give it to the next noble. I'm really happy to hear that. And for as long as the Chain Pact will be upheld, I'm gonna be singing this at the start of every session. Introduce yourself to the Chiefs of the North. Who is it? Dragon Pit. Hi, Bill Gates. Good luck in the days ahead, Your Majesty. You'll need it dealing with this lot. Thank you, appreciate it. Introduce yourself to the Patricians of the Coast. And it is just gabbing away. I hadn't seen you. Welcome back. A pleasure, Your Serene Highness. I hope to see our kingdom prosper and grow wealthy under your reign. And finally, we have the Barons of the March. Eumenes! Hail and well met, Your Majesty. Under your leadership, we'll whip this kingdom into shape, huh? I loved your lore, by the way, Eumenes. I read the thing about the cows and, feeding your people. That was really cool. That was really cool. Good job. Maybe the reason everything is going so well isn't the Chain Pact at all. Maybe it's just because the anthem is so good. It might be, yes. I feel we are so far removed from the Coup of Asco that if the pact breaks again, it could be remade. I don't know. It's all up to you. It's all up to you. It's science, yes. And with that, the introductions are done. The council hall immediately fills with raised voices as the nobles argue. Is this what your father fought so hard for? It is. And now that the council has been introduced, it's time for one more thing that we do in the Chain Pact Dynasty, and that is checking if the Pact Revision Council has passed some amendments. One thing that was instituted over the course of the game was the Pact Revision Council, which is a new governmental organ that is on Discord, where every noble can suggest proposals, and those proposals can be voted by the community, and if they pass, they change gameplay. So we have how many nobles have lore? A lot. Cow. It was pretty good. So we have 2 amendments that passed for this reign. Number 1 is the promotion of Edel the Troll for his unfailing service, connection, and knowledge of the royal family since the reign of Robin I. Edel the Troll, royal gardener of the Longhouse Palace, shall be promoted to a new role. So when Edel's event comes up, we're gonna pick a new thing for him to do. And then the second one is the revocation of the Tolerance Act of 1025, the Religious Tolerance Act. Its legality has been too confused and its effect contrary to intentions. The Religious Toleration Act of 1025 has been revoked. So no longer limited by the Religious Toleration Act. That's what the Pact Revision Council has decided. There are still some votes active that could come into effect next week, so if you haven't checked those out, you can find them in the pinned messages in Dynasty Roleplay Pact Revision Council. With that out of the way, let's move on to the last bit of introduction, the path to victory. Your Majesty, you have some big boots to fill, and with your father out of the picture, the nobles will be looking for any opportunity to replace you. When you die, how do you hope the kingdom will remember you? Well, so what does King Robin VI think? Yeah, that's true. That's true, projectile. So I think... Is this just a rehearsed thing now? It probably is. It probably is. So, what does Robin VI think? Shooter, welcome back and thank you for joining. So this, we have a new law for this. Oh god, what's it called? The mandate law, where that was voted by the Pact Revision Council, where I pick 3 goals and then I make a Twitch poll for you, and you, the nobles, decide what my goal is going to be. So I think that one option is definitely Conqueror, military, given the fact that Robin VI has a military background, having fought in the war. So definitely Conqueror and military is one of the options. I don't think it's going to be Authority. I don't think it's going to be Golden Age. I don't think Robin VI cares for that. It might be Father of the Nation again. I don't know. I don't really... I think it's Conqueror and Peacekeeper. You know? I think it's Conqueror and Peacekeeper. And the third one is probably Father of the Nation, maybe? Let me make a poll here. So the options are, which ambition? We have Conqueror, military. Then we have Peacekeeper, stability. And then we have... This is a Chief Monarch, yes. I don't know if it is a Saint, you know? And launch a crusade against chiefs. This is a Chief King. It might be Saint, actually, yeah. You know, it might be Saint. Authority fits the bill the best? Honestly, I don't think so. I think it's Saint and Faith, yes. I don't think it's going to be... It's going to be farming. Alright, let's go. Let's go. I mean, farming is just so fitting due to what his father did. No, I think it's Saint. I think it's Saint. I think it's Saint. Yeah. Conqueror, Peacekeeper, or Saint, starting the poll now. You have 1 minute. You can vote in Twitch chat. You can vote in Twitch chat. Decide what the ambition is going to be. Oh, Golden Age is not an option. Your options are Conqueror, Military, Peacekeeper, Stability, or Saint, Faith. Vote now, vote now, vote now. Wow, you really don't like stability, huh? Faith and Conqueror and Military are tied. You have about 25 seconds, I would say. Military is ahead now. Faith was ahead in the moment. Yes, Saint might win. Conqueror... It's 12 to 11. You have like 15 seconds, so... Vote now. Vote now in chat. There's Twitch poll going on. You probably have like 10 seconds. Oh my god. I don't see Faith fitting. I can see a way. I can see a way. I can see a way. It's a tie. Oh my god. Vote, 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 vote. It's a tie. It's a freaking tie. So I choose. So I choose. It's a tie. Well... Well... Conquer it is. Conquer it is! Conquer it is. You give me a tie, I'm gonna choose. It is Conquer. A warrior king is sure to be remembered fondly. If he wins more battles, then he loses. I suggest over the next few years you focus on improving the kingdom's overall military as much as possible. There you go. There you go. So, Kana asked me earlier, are there any rumors we may have heard about who this king is? I think you probably heard that he's a very decisive individual that's been influenced by his time fighting the war. And is not as obsessed with the commoners as his father, but still shares that approachable sentiment. That's all I'm gonna say. Oh no, traditional grades. All right, let's end the season and go ahead with the schemes. Gloria of the Tawny Owl bloodline, a well-known former bandit, stands before a blazing hearth, roaring with arms outstretched. Former bandit, is this really who you want on the throne? Pfft. When have the Barons of the March backed down from a fight? Never! I know you'll do whatever it takes to put me, your rightful queen, on the throne. Barons of the March, vote! What do you want to do to overthrow King Robin the Sixth? Or maybe, if you don't want to overthrow King Robin the Sixth, think what might be the hardest thing to achieve here. Vote with your brain. Think what you want to do. If you want to overthrow the king, vote for something easy. If you want to uphold the pact, vote for something hard. Your options are... Hey, Manager Maid, welcome back. Your options are trying to find a doppelganger, trying to lower your own defiance, trying to intimidate the monarch, trying to raise stability, or trying to modernize the army, trying to lower other people's military. Okay, that's interesting. Looks like modernization is winning. I think that's a clear signal from the Barons. Wow. Okay. 3 to 7. I think that's it. That's like 3, 6, 9, 10. Yeah, there's like, I'm gonna give you 5 more seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1, and 0. I just want to reform our army. It makes a lot of sense, right? Since you have 6. It makes a lot of sense. The Pirates plan to modernize the kingdom's army in such a way that it's totally under their control. First, they must prove the military is in need of reform. To advance their scheme, they must lower the other region's military to a combined total of 10 or less in 4 seasons. Jesus. Arnie of the PJ clan, legendary northern prodigy, stands precariously in a longhouse crossbeam, droning as if in a trance. I just want to let you know that King Robin VI is from the PJ lineage. Robin VI is a PJ monarch. So, as yet again, House PJ is showing us how freaking schemy they are and power hungry. They're not even happy with one monarch of their own family being on the throne. They want another one. I renounce him. Robin VI is a PJ. It's the son of Heth PJ. Yeah, PJ always be plotting. Chiefs of the North, we all know I should be on the throne, not this imposter king, Robin VI. How do we make that happen? Yeah, definitely more grim, yes. Chiefs, vote. How do you want to overthrow King Robin VI? Or not, maybe? Do you want to use sorcery and ask for the help of a wizard trying to raise authority? Do you want to follow a prophecy trying to raise authority? Or do you want to try to find a hornblower trying to lower all faith? Tycho, welcome back. How you doing? What do you want to do, Chiefs? What do you want to do? What's your choice here? Oh, it's kind of split, but it looks like you want to follow prophecy. All right, all right. The pretender is from PJ. Let's go. It is prophecy. JJ wanted to go for the toot. By the way, JJ, and for any of you who may be new around here, it is customary in the King of the Castle community to change your chat name color to the one of the region you're in. That makes it much easier for your companions and for me to know where you are, in which region you are. You don't have to do it, but it's just something that I thought you should know. Alright, let's go. The chiefs plan to realize an ancient northern prophecy. Before the new king rises, the kingdom will be ruled by a mad tyrant. To advance their scheme, the chiefs must raise authority to 5 or more in 2 seasons. Alright. Kaso of the Tycho family. Can I just say that Kaso looks kinda hot? Powerful coastal tycoon scribbles with a well-used quill at a hardwood desk, speaking calmly. Fellow patricians of the coast, my claim to the throne is far more legitimate than that of King Robin VI. Something must be done. Didn't know I could do that? Yes, of course you can. Thank you for doing it. Yeah, Tycho. Patricians of the coast, what do you want to do to overthrow King Robin VI? Or not? Think what you want to do. Casto is pretty good. Yeah, I like it. So your options are using subterfuge, trying to lower stability, trying to start an uprising, raising the treasury, or using a conspiracy, trying to lower the treasury. Raise the treasury, lower stability. What do you want to do? All right, looks like it's gonna be conspiracy. More votes are coming in. I'm gonna count down from 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And 0. Alright, conspiracy it is. The patricians plan to sink the king under a notion of debt. To advance their scheme, the patricians must lower the treasury to 1,500 or less in 3 seasons. And let's take a look at the claimants. We have an ambitious vassal, the bandit. We have a long-lost nephew in PJ, which makes sense since it's the same family. And then we have a treacherous half-sibling. A half-sibling, even. Holy moly, what's that? PJ! My son will be the first president of the Republic Robin the Fourth, you have no blood of PJ's claim. Of course, Robin the Fourth doesn't have any blood of PJ's clan. Robin the Sixth has. God damn it. Enough Republic talk, PJ. We're not getting to a Republic here. And whatever you say, this king is a PJ. You might not like it, but you gotta live with it. In any case, thank you so much for your kindness. I really appreciate it. I really appreciate the tip, PJ. Thank you. I love the banter. I really love the banter. Bah. Martian Clement is an angry bandit. Northern Clement is a religious figure in a family feud with the monarch, and the coastal Clement is a calm and intelligent half-sibling. Yeah, great description. Great description. You have some explaining to do. Yeah, definitely. Oh. All right, let's go. So, oh, this is interesting. I think it might be called for unity here. Victory celebration after crab battle may have gotten a little out of hand for Robin the Fifth. I don't know. Half sibling. It might also be on the mother's side, you know? Yeah. Yeah, you never know. It's been a while since Golden Choice was seen, really? Like last week? I think it might be called for unity. Actually, I think I changed the traits. Wait, let me read. Yeah, I did change the traits. I had one trait that would have strongly encouraged call for unity, but that's gone. I reworded it. I think it might be Golden Choice with the new traits. Yeah. Yeah, I think it's Golden Choice. I think it's Golden Choice. Let's go. Just because Heth was very, very attached to money, you know? Wild Beast attacks? It's a great start. And a proposition, huh? Well, let's start with Wild Beast's attacks. Yeah, let's start with that one. DL Dragon, hello! That's some nice hair. Your Highness, I bring ill tidings from the north. Wildlife has gone berserk in rural areas. They are attacking villages and travelers all across the region. Tell me more about these creatures. They are great hulking beasts, clearly twisted by magic. Some say they walk and talk like people. The northern warriors are afraid. They say the creatures are a dark omen, a sign of the end. Great God, what's got into these chiefs that they can't handle a few wild animals? Thrifty, wow. The other regions have plenty of their own problems, my liege. No one wants to march up to the frozen north for something like this. Then what am I to do? Point of order, Your Highness. Though the church's presence in the north is minimal, we could provide shelter for those who need it. All will be welcome, whether they are adherents to the Through God or not. It's the least we can do. Or if you can afford it, send a detachment of mercenaries who aren't afraid of a few wild bears. That should put an end to this crisis. Well, if they want any of my meat to make it down south, they better come and help me. That's great blackmail. Good tactics. I say B. I say B. We gotta strike. We gotta strike them. We have to strike them. We have to strike them. We cannot just dilly-dally and wait. We cannot do it. We cannot do it. Sparse Corruption, welcome back. And Skeletal Recondition, I see you all, I see everything. Alright, I'm gonna be counting down from 5 here. Vote B to get some free money. Counting down from 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and 0. I'm glad you see me too, Skeletal Recondition. I definitely agree you're Damta there, yeah. Let's hire mercenaries. You find a suitable company of mercenaries and send an officer from your own city watch to oversee the expedition. They return with tales of glorious hunt and legendary northern hospitality. Chief DL Dragon is happy to report that the beasts have been forced back into the wilds. I am watching you, on Square. A proposition, let's see. Your Majesty, I have an idea, the best since lined parchment, I dare say. An expedition to Chur. But, you know, we have colonies in Chur. I don't know that we need an expedition. Don't be so quick to judge, I implore you. The great unexplored and untamed wilderness far across the Eastern Sea awaits. You have a lot of wealth at the moment, Your Highness? I don't really. It's just sitting around collecting dust. Why not make a sound investment and send explorers to Chur? Who knows what they might find? Treasure, rare materials, ancient history, a new disease? She's a bit too animated when she says the word disease. I need some more supplies. Yeah, I don't think we got it. Or we could do it with like the cheapest combination possible. You could send a cog with an amateur crew. Let's freaking do it. You know what? Let's freaking do it. Her eyes light up from behind the spectacles. Wonderful news! I shall make your preparations immediately. Expect a brief on your desk very soon. Let's try it again. Let's try it again. Edel! Right, I forgot. Hello, you match. Yeah, it's a supply run, exactly. So it doesn't have to be super equipped, you know? Just came by to let you know that the ire is getting a bit out of control. Wanted your permission to prune it a bit. Your father always liked it long, see? Are you Edel? That's me. Silly me, where are my manners? I was your father's gardener, though I guess we were never properly introduced, were we? Nah, I suppose I'm yours, if you'll have me. Now I need to promote him, right? So I need to do... Actually, would you do something else for me? Is that correct? That's the idea, right? Behind the Edel promotion. Who doesn't like Edel? So, actually, would you do something else for me? Yeah, I don't know why I asked for projectile. You can promote him, quote unquote. Oh, what did you have in mind? Do you want to be my cook? Oh my god. Not a jailer, that sounds sad. I kind of want him to be my cook. That's cool. Oh my god, yes. Like that's moving him a step closer, right? Librarian. Librarian is actually cool too. Let him cook. I think it might be cook. Yeah. I think it's cook. I like it. Do you want to be my cook? Sure, why not? I think I can give it a try. It was an honor to serve your father, you know. I hope you're as happy with me as he was. That's freaking fantastic. Hell yes! Your Majesty, what on Celestath is going on here? There are no guards outside your door. Oh, I didn't wonder about that. I was just living in any case. By the night, the Palace Watch are incompetent fools. What if a less friendly troll had gotten in here? The door was practically open. You need an honor guard, your majesty. Alright, and I have made my decision already. Hey, Simply Optic, welcome back and thank you for joining. Yeah, he has experience, exactly. Her classmate might as well join anyway. do the things you need to do, though. I await your verdict with bated breath, your majesty. So, we are a chief monarch that is going to marry into the barons and needs to take coastal gladiators, right? Patrician honor guard, is that correct? Oh no, now I have doubts about overthrowing you as I want to see the Edel Cook event. So, I think it's coastal gladiators, right? Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, because we helped the patricians in the previous one. I definitely agree, Yuminis. Thank you for confirming, Lurks. So, coastal gladiators. I will make arrangements at once. The gladiators arrive a few weeks later. The men are bare-chested and the women underdressed, eager to show off their bodies as much as their weaponry. They gather behind your throne and begin oiling themselves up. That's what we like. I think we should do patricians again. What do you mean again? End season. Auction time, everyone. Auction time. You know what to do here. Exclamation mark. Fund. Followed by the letter of the building you want to fund. Followed by the amount of money you want to spend. The 2 highest funded buildings will be built. Let's go. Let's go. Your options are lowering stability with A, lowering authority with B, raising authority with C, lowering military for the chiefs with D, raising farming for the patricians with E, and raising faith for the patricians with F. E and F look fantastic. I'm fine if you want to do something different though. It's up to you. It's up to you. I'm gonna let you know when there's 20 seconds left here. One day Kaji is going to mix it up and shatter the pact, and then we'll live in a realm of chaos. That's probably gonna happen. And 20 seconds left now. So vote, 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 fund, fund, fund. Do your thing, y'all. And 10 seconds left now. And 5 seconds left now. Fund! Fund things! What's passing? What passed? Oh wow, okay. PJ spending all his money on his own, trying to get a monument funded to raise authority, an actual literal trash, spending all his money together with someone else, trying to lower authority. That's amazing. That's freaking amazing. Wow. Wow, what a freaking fight. I did for the pact to lower authority. I know, I noticed. I appreciate that. I know your intent. Oh no, not the noises in the night, come on. Not again. Not again. Expedition to Chur. Let's not spend money. Your Majesty, I have those plans we discussed for the expedition to Chur. Are we almost ready to leave? Not quite, Your Highness. There are still important decisions to be made. Alright, show me. First, we'll need to decide who has the honor of building your ship. I'm just gonna... I've heard enough about the ships. It's going to be... Wait, what were the other options? Okay. Tell me about the chief's ships. And then tell me about the baron's ship. I've heard enough about the ships. The barons may construct their cog for me simply because it's for free. It's for free. It's for free. So yeah, it's pretty clear. A cog. Very good, Your Majesty. Next we must decide who will crew your ship. Tell me about the volunteers. Yeah, right, Northwind, I wasn't expecting that. Unfortunately, the best of them come at a price. Experienced trade ship captains and their crews would be ideal, but won't be free. There are also those in the Navy who are equally experienced, but enlisting them would reduce our naval strength for a time. That's unthinkable with the crab emergency we have. You could also levy amateur peasant crews, or even use prisoners, but I don't know how much you could trust them to get to where they need to go. I think the amateur sailors will have to do. I will make the arrangements. There is one more thing, Your Majesty. The ship will be large enough to house additional expedition members, or store extra cargo you wish to send across the sea. She hands you a list. Oh, I am absolutely super cheap here. We don't have that much money. I'm kind of thinking priests, you know? No priests. I'm kind of thinking priests, but... like, soldiers, we probably need them here. You need soldiers too? Oh, right, there are reports of people needing soldiers, that's true. That is true. If you send the priests, they will be welcomed into my colonies with open arms. But I think that since this is a supply run, we might actually have to send soldiers. Actually, this is a supply run, and then together with the supplies, what do we send? Haha. Then it's a faith run. Now, I think there's supplies, and then this is what we send on top of the supplies. It's not a different land, no. Can it be scholars? No, I think it might be soldiers here. I think it might be soldiers. Like, Robin the Sixth is very martial. So, let's send a battalion of soldiers. It's not that many. It's not that many. It's gonna be the soldiers. Oh, from the north. They do need holy protection, I get it. But the fact that they're still fighting against wild beasts makes me think... like, Robin the Sixth is too martial not to forego soldiers. I think it's very close between priests and soldiers, but his experience and his traits tell me it's soldiers. Of course, I'm sure that will put the crew's mind at ease. Fantastic! I think that's everything. I shall get to work immediately, Your Majesty. She picks up her scribbled notes and diagrams and hurries out of the room, her spectacles bouncing slightly on her nose. The ship is completed in record time. Clearly the barons are eager to impress. You see it off from the harbor by the end of the season. The crew are eager and the ship looks sturdy. You can only hope they bring back something worth the investment or come back at all. Mama don't want to go to church. So finding a spouse now. Your Majesty, it's important you find a spouse sooner rather than later. We like any. Thank you, Your Majesty. I'll send out messengers to the most influential noble families in the kingdom. Let's see what they have to offer. Easy peasy. Easy PJ. And finally, noises in the night. Let's see. So are we gonna get the curse back? Are we gonna get the curse back? Is that it? It's a starry autumn night, just like any other. Until you awake to screaming in the courtyard. Get up and investigate the sound. Rubbing sleep from your eyes, you trudge over to the window and push it open. A cool breeze washes over you, as does the pale light of the crescent moon. Then you hear it again, a blood-curdling scream, followed by the sounds of shouting down below, then a deep, guttural roar. Something is attacking the palace watch. Find a weapon ahead and head downstairs. Yeah. You look around the room, there's an assortment of arms to choose from. Our father was not a warrior. It's not a crossbow. We know that a crossbow is one shot and then we're dead if we miss. It's not a dagger. to close quarter. Our father was not a warrior, so it's not the sword. It's going to be the spear. Brandishing the weapon in your hand, you gotta feel for its weight before slowly pushing open the chamber door. Your honor guard are nowhere to be found. Move silently. Stepping bravely into the darkness, you begin your search for the source of the horrible noise. Silence is more than you can bear. That's a good pun. There's another scream. This time it's much closer, around the next corner. The watchman is thrown against the wall in front of you, falling limp to the ground. Before you can react, the creature appears in the dim torchlight. We've never sat down and figured out what happens if the monarch dies without an heir and without anyone winning a scheme. Although in this case, I guess we'd be obliged to vote for one of the true relatives. I think so. Suloros, welcome back and thank you for joining. A hulking, mutated Ursine figure, it's a bear, stands before you on two legs, its maw dripping with blood. You don't have time to think before it roars. The sound is deafening. That's true, Vaspir, yeah. We lunge at it. We lunge at it. No, we lunge. That's what we do. We lunge at it. Before it has time to think, you jump forward with your spear, batting away its trunk-like arms to swipe at the creature's exposed neck. Yes! You plunge the spear well into its thick fur, dodging the counter blows as it tries to fight you off. A moment later, it slows, fatally wounded by your attack. Hell yes. A warrior king indeed. A warrior king indeed. The giant corpse collapses and you dive out of the way just in time. Then everything goes still. Moments later, your marshal and honor guard come rushing into the room. I came as fast as I could, your majesty. What in the name of the ninth god is that beast? It's dead now, and that's what matters. Yes, your majesty. Of course. The creature's body is dragged away and eventually donated to the University of Quail for further study. Stories spread of your bravery and martial prowess. Commoners and nobles alike find new respect for the king who has slain a bear in his nightgown. This was good. This was pretty badass. Yeah. This was pretty badass. The beast slayer. Wonder who just died. Can we eat it? No, you cannot eat it. End the season. End the season. I'm feeling pumped. Far to the north, where snows blanket the landscape and wolves howl in the night, the chiefs uncover an ancient prophecy foretelling the rise of a tyrant king and the warrior who will overthrow him. A congregation of god speakers huddle around the tablets detailing the supposedly ancient story, whispering excitedly. Praise Morgana, the tablets are genuine. After all that, what are we doing here? Then the gods are good and we are blessed. Arni will be our king. All hail the Lord Render. What are you saying? Robin the Sixth flicks out his spear. Haha, you missed me. Oh, did I? Bear collapses. Yeah, enemy. What am I doing here, right? What are you doing here? Time to figure that out. Yeah. Good luck with the writing. Cheers circle the clan hall and Magabale is tipped over Arni's head. The influence of the old gods is spreading. We must ensure we keep the old ways of the north alive, and surely Morgana will bless us with the power to crown Arni. For the next stage of the chief's scheme, they must lower their faith to 4 or less in 4 seasons. Okay. Well, I think it's just a normal tax year. Yeah, it's just a normal tax year. A paper full of news, once again. Oh god, in the name of knowledge and eligible options. Howitzer's Reach? Let's go in the name of knowledge first. For reasons you cannot quite fathom, a cloth-covered cart is wheeled into the court. It stinks all the way to the thereafter. Your Highness, I bring troubling news. Troubling how? This is the body of one of the Palace Watch, at least it was. It was slain a few months ago in your castle after trying to kill you. Do you recall? I was attacked by a beast, not a man. Just so, Your Majesty, this is he, transformed by some terrible curse. With your permission, I'd like to study him further to determine the curse's origins. The university would pay handsomely for the privilege, Your Highness. I've kind of had enough of the Chain Pact recently, so it's not particularly out of character as long as I could be convinced that Arnie is better overall than Robin. That's the point, right? Would we be against this? Yeah, we're gonna let it we're gonna let them study. Yeah, we're gonna let them study it. You're permitted the study of the creature despite the clergy's grumbling. Weeks later, startling news reaches your ears. There is a massacre at the university with a similar beast killing a score of professors and students alike, including Professor Drayden. This time, no chances are taken. The dead are burned immediately, including the beast, felled eventually by the City Watch. You hope this is the last you ever hear of this curse. Okay. Okay. And now we do a paper full of news. Look at these, Your Majesty. The Chancellor holds up a wad of paper. On the front is printed the Daily Squawk, along with a dense block of text. They're calling it a paper of news because everything that's written in it is new. It's like a little town crier made of parchment. That is an intriguing idea. Indeed, if you look, it even has little picture stories in the back page. How droll. They want an interview about the time you slayed the beast? Probably. The paper of news quickly takes the kingdom by storm. It seems everyone is reading it. Soon enough, there are even competitor papers, and you're being asked to give an interview. Don't do it, Your Highness. This is beneath the dignity of your office. Okay. I think we just do it, right? I think we just do it. Like, there is a tradition in this family of monarchs allowing press to print whatever they want. That's what we do. Yeah, that's you, Ethan. I'm gonna let you to vote while I wear something a little bit warmer because I'm feeling a little cold. So you vote, and I'm gonna be back in 10 seconds. Alright. Hopefully this goes well. Hopefully this goes well. Thanks so much for voting for the correct option, my dear nobles. Let's go. You've never had a conversation quite like this with a commoner before. This journalist keeps asking difficult questions to your face. How do you respond? I think we just address the questions in details. Yes, we do. We freaking do. Let me address your question in detail. You talk at length about your justifications for your actions while the journalist takes copious notes. Once the interview is over, all you can do is wait for the article to come out the next day. Lucky 60%? Come on. No. Let's not. No. We don't talk about war crimes here. It's something that I don't want to see in chat. So, no. That's out of the question. And please don't mention it again. 60%. Lucky 60%. I believe. Your servant soon arrives with a fresh copy. Fuck. To your horror, the interview makes you look terrible. The journalist hasn't lied about anything, but somehow your words have come out all wrong. You look like an idiot. Even the nobles take the article at face value, and the newspaper goes on to be the fastest selling newspaper in history, which is easy enough since they've only been around for a few months. For a few decades, you mean. Fuck. Yeah. Yeah. Robin the Sixth is a man of action. From this point on, you'll be worried about journalists covering your every move. I think they probably criticized the being cheaping out on unsure. You know? Vitamin Chi, hello, how you doing? Eligible options, let's see. I have found 3 potential matches for you, 1 eligible young candidate from each of the kingdom's 3 regions. Choose wisely, you'll be securing a powerful alliance. Yes, I know. The Chancellor leads you to the Great Hall, where they've arranged 3 portraits on easels. For now, each is covered by a cloth. Let's see the eligible candidates. They whisk away the cloth from the first portrait. This is Ulf, firstborn son of the Northern Shooter clan. From what I've heard, he knows exactly what he wants and will do whatever is necessary to get it. Strangely enough for a Northerner who's an enthusiastic convert to the worship of the Ninth God, he's an incredibly driven person by all accounts, gets up at the crack of dawn each morning and goes for a swim in a frozen lake. Ulf would freaking save my life. I can see the appeal, but I cannot choose him. From the coast, we have Camilla, the wealthy heiress to Lord Patrician's sparse corruptions estate. She wasn't originally the heiress, but her elder sister had an unfortunate accident. Her interests are typical of the coast, money, 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 and making more of it. And apparently she has a dark side, though I don't know much more about that. Yeah, it's another Camilla. I like the sound of her. And finally we have the Marsh's offering, Johanna. It's freaking old. Scion of the prestigious Vaspier bloodline. A timid woman, not the kind that does well in the march, bless her. Perhaps the palace will suit her better. Okay. Like most of the barons, her great passion is hunting. No beast is safe from her crossbow, and nor is she actually. She walks with a limp ever since she shot herself in the shin, trying to hit a ferret. God damn it. God damn it. Robin Loop, hey, how you doing? I am pleased to discover that I have become king of an ancient dynasty. You are indeed, Robin. There you go. How you doing? How are you? Yeah, Vaspier is related to the monarch. Yeah, and yeah, we're gonna do it. Sounds like a laugh. What do you think? Of course, by picking a candidate, you'll anger the other regions, but you'll gain a lifelong alliance. Well, I have made my decision. I'm gonna marry a peasant. Let's see what you shall do. I mean, of course. I am a chief king with a coastal honor guard who's gonna be marrying in the march. That's what I do. Deku Drakneil, welcome and thank you for joining. Let me see where you are, and then I'm gonna marry the person I need to marry. You are indeed a chief. All dragons are in the chiefs. It is Johanna indeed. It is Johanna of the March. Excellent, I'll make the arrangements. Alright, Vitamin Chi, let me check. You are a baron. Of course I will marry Baron. Alright, let's go. In a dingy seaside tavern, 2 patricians of the coast meet to plot their latest scheme. Lemon Square? Terrible news, the kingdom prospers. The treasury is practically overflowing. I did not expect the new king to be competent. Sweet, what are you doing here? What the hell? Nobody did. We must work harder to bankrupt him. Patricians gotta lower the treasury. Alright. And here... Yay! We have Call for Unity. I'm gonna get Call for Unity. For freaking sure. Seen much better days, but one always hopes for better days to come. I feel you, Robin. I'm sorry to hear that. I'm sorry to hear that. I hope nothing too serious is going on right now. I know. I've had a very rough month in February, so with some big things happening, and hopefully that's not the case for you. Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed that whatever is ailing you is something that can be resolved. All right. So let's see. The royal wedding? I would say let's go with the royal wedding first of all. A miraculous discovery. Sorry. Your wedding to Johanna is naturally the talk of the kingdom. For a week and a day, the capital is one giant party. It feels like you're the only one taking part. Instead, you're getting ready for the ceremony. Soon enough, you're standing in St. Bertrand's Cathedral with Johanna at your side. You take this woman as your lawfully wedded wife? Of course I do. Yeah, Johanna does not look happy. Don't worry, Astral Projectile. If you have to go, have a good rest of the stream. May the kingdom prosper and pact stay strong. Hopefully so, Astral Projectile. Thanks so much for being here. Have a good rest. Have a good night. Whatever. Yeah, have a good night. And take care. Hope to see you on Friday. Bye. There I pronounce you, king and wife. After the wedding, of course, there's a feast, and after the feast, a dance. Your new wife, Johanna, turns bright red every time a toast is called in her honor. By the time you find yourself alone with Johanna, it's past midnight, and you've never felt more tired. Hello? It's awkward, isn't it? I'm sorry. You both lapse into strained silence. Johanna gulps back her wine. Yeah, I can definitely see you need some space right now. Yeah, I think that would be good. Thank you. Sorry. You head to the spare chamber, bedchamber, leaving Johanna alone. She will open up to you eventually, right? Hopefully. The stupid arm still hasn't healed. God damn it! But we'll manage to fix it. Wow, that's taken a long time to heal, Robin. I'm very sorry to hear it. God damn it! But is it like? Hopefully it's... Is it having some progress, at least? You know? Is it getting better? What do we have here? Rogue Golem. Let's go with their miraculous discovery first. What's this? Simply Voltage. Ninth above, my liege. One of the commoners from my estate discovered something extraordinary. I was lost, herding sheep up in the wilderness, and I ran out of water. Then I saw a beam of sunlight crack through the clouds. The voice of the ninth god spoke to me, I swear. It said, "Drink and be sustained, for you are faithful." Then a fresh spring bubbled up from the marsh. Praise the ninth! Even better. The water has healing properties. A single sip fixed my sprained ankle. A true miracle in the march. This is marvelous news indeed. We must allow the kingdom's faithful to access these sacred waters. Nay, the whole world. Wait a moment. For free, your highness? God damn it. Robin Dynasty has had some loveless marriages, but a marriage with a political enemy of the monarchy just for the sake of ritual has gotta be a new low. Yeah. Yeah, after Haskell, yeah. So, allow the barons to charge pilgrims to visit? I don't think we should do that. I don't think we should do that. I think we should absolutely allow everybody to go. That's what I think. You know? And heal sick animals. We should let people be healed. That's my opinion. How dare you deny faith? We must irrigate. So I'm gonna call for unity on this one. I'm gonna call for unity, and then I think it should be B, but I understand if the council wants to go for C. I don't want to influence your vote too much. I think your opinion matters, so I would say B, but feel free to vote for C if you think it's more apt. That's true, Yodamta, but you know, you get what I mean, right? Unfortunately, after an initial improvement, it got worse. Oh no! That fuck. Now let's get this sorted out quickly, or at least that is what I hope. That fucking sucks, Robin. I didn't know. Like, I knew about initial improvements. I just assumed it just kept improving. What? Wait, give me a second. Give me a second here. Oh, this is really close. This is absolutely close. If you have no, it's a tie. It's so close, it's a tie. So if you have not voted, strongly recommend you vote on this one. Let me count down from 5, 4. Vote and break the tie. Come on. 3. It's 13-1. 2, 1, and 0. That was so freaking close. Use the waters to irrigate marsher crops and heal sick animals. The Archbishop huffs and grumbles that the secret waters should be used for higher things, but he can't argue with the council. The barons set their peasants to work, diverting the holy water to irrigate their farms. It proves a huge success and the fields flourish. The peasants call the whole area the breadbasket of the Ninth. That's freaking good. That's amazing. Good job. I need to cough. Give me a second. Killing water is actually alcohol. I don't think it is. But I'm very sorry to hear that, Robin. God damn it. That sucks. That really sucks. Fingers crossed that it gets better. Dang it. I'm very sorry for you. I'm very sorry for you, man. Do we only have this one? Rogue Golem, yeah. Lurks, here you are. A Rogue Golem has crossed into our territory over the Ashmeaden border, Your Highness. This could be an exciting opportunity. What's so exciting about it? Please, my liege, this is our chance to figure out how this Golem magic works. We could even turn it against Ashmead. Bit tired, so I think I'm gonna stop for now. Someone do please tell me what happened at the end. Electri will try to remember. Thanks so much for being here. I hope you had a good time. Take care. Your Majesty, the barons would drown their own grandmothers to gain an advantage over Ashmead, or over the chiefs and patricians. Golems are an offense to the Ninth God, and they're dangerous. We should destroy it before it gets out of control. Alright. What do we do? What do we do? Do we add it to the Marcher army? Do we destroy it? I don't think we do, right? Honestly, I think I'm gonna let the council decide here. I'm gonna let the council decide. I think we should add it to the Marcher army, but I'm gonna let the council decide. Study for the upcoming war, we need to know its weaknesses. That's a great point. That is a freaking great point. Not gonna lie. That's a great freaking point. It's like, how's it called? Counter-engineering? Is that the name? Retro-engineering, right? Yes. 13 to 7. Looks like it's gonna be C. I'm gonna be counting down from 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and 0. 13 to 9 in the end. Still close, but yeah. Reverse engineering. Thank you, Morgan. That's exactly what I was thinking. Retro engineering. Take it apart and figure out its secrets. The secrets of the golem have been a mystery for too long. I'll put our very best artisans to work figuring it out. A few weeks later, Baron That Which Lurks reports back with a gleeful smile. It's slow going, my liege, but we're getting somewhere. In a few months, I think we'll have cracked it. Alright. Let's go. Amidst dark and foreboding forests, a small squat castle stands watch over the Marcher border. There at the end of the kingdom, a plot is hatching. Bah! Those dogs in the other regions are as strong as ever. Manager Maid and Bomb Viewer. Fools, a lot of them. Playing at war like a child plays with dolls. Very scary, powerful dolls. We must continue our sabotage. Barons aim to lower the other region's combined military to 10 or less. Good luck with that. Alright. Chiefs are just running ahead here. This is very dangerous. Karis and Maji, thanks so much for joining and welcome. You are a patrician. Hello, how you doing? So, back from the hunt? Oh god. Let's do this one. Oh, this is my wife, okay. Robin, dearest, I have something for you. It's something I brought back from my latest hunt, a trophy. Johanna takes you by the hand and leads you into the Great Hall, where a white sheet hangs from some statue that wasn't there before. When she pulls the sheet free and it falls to the floor, the taxidermied figure of a great brown bear is revealed, snarling in anger as if ready to attack. I need something, because I keep having to cough and... So... I think we're just gonna take it, right? Not as impressive as yours, right? Yeah. Yep. We're gonna accept our wife's gift. I don't think that's why we're particularly authoritative, but because we appreciate the gift. Thank you, Lemon Square. The bear makes a fine addition to the council chamber, so your nobles give it nervous glances every time they enter the room. Alright. That was an easy decision. Now let's take a look at the wager. Howitzer. Hold on to your masks, hats, and other accessories, everyone. Chief Morgrim is about to lose a huge amount of money. Are you now, Morgrim? Of all clans. We've bet our life savings on a boat race around the coast, and I am sure to win the day. So sure, in fact, that I petitioned the council to officially sponsor my voyage. Right, a Moonsung is gonna be sailing, okay. Engage face palming. What kind of boat will it have? The best trireme, it's tiny, but that's the point. It'll nip around all those deadly reefs. It's talking rubbish, your greatness. My nice little car will easily beat the Howitzer's old trireme. If you sponsor anyone, sponsor me. How much does it cost to sponsor both? A lot of money. Might do it though. I think I'm gonna call for Unity, asking you to sponsor both nobles. Yeah, let's do that. I think that's how it is. Please invest in the ATF? Yeah, I would love to. They have finally got about to the rematch. Only took them several generations. Decline to support anyone? Why? No. We need to... I should have vetoed D, really. Why do you want me to not support anyone? That's really not in the spirit of the pact. Like, let me spend money to support nobles. That's the nice thing to do here. Alright, 15 to 9. Let me count down from 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and 0. 17 to 10. Because I'm anti-pact. Okay, yeah, that's a good reason. Sponsor both nobles. Neither noble knows what to say. Obviously, they were hoping for special treatment. No, no. But you keep your reputation as a monarch who won't take sides. Excitement builds as merchants and tourists flock to the starting town. Soon, both boats embark on their journey. They look very small and flimsy against the vast ocean backdrop. Your August Majesty, I understand you like to sponsor both competitors, but surely you have a sense that one will outdo the other. Would you fancy a small wager? Nope. Very well, Your Esteemed Highness, but you're no fun. You return to the capital to await news of the race. Okay. Alright, and now, finally, the Golems. We've cracked it, Your Majesty. Golems are powered by scrolls imbued by the words of Kaldevaga, the Ashmedian machine god. We could build golems of our own, but we'd need to pray to Kaldevaga too. Need I even say it? Heresy! Heresy! Well, it's not for me to decide, Howitzer. Yeah, the loser loses all of their money. I kinda don't want to allow it. You know? Kinda don't want to allow it. I disagree with people saying screw the church. I definitely don't want to veto D. I kind of want to try to give you money to go D. Because the 9th is the better god. What do we do here? What do we do? I'm thinking if I want to veto something. Efra. Do I want to veto or sponsor something? I don't know. Because, like, I want both military and faith, so yeah, I think I'm just gonna start both, yeah. Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. Yodamta, that's great reasoning. I have a feeling that we're gonna have a lot of votes for C and D. Yeah, that's what's happening. 8 to 9 C and D. 8 to 10. 9 to 10. Alright, let me count down from 5 here. 4, 3, 2, 1, and 0. Jesus. Vitamin Chi and Eomenes sniping the vote. Wow. That was pretty good. Holy shit. The church takes a massive hit when such heresy is allowed openly in the march. More and more common folk drift away from the 9th god. No, it's not good. Meanwhile, dozens of church factories are built in Kaldevaga's name, and soon marcher armies are bolstered with untiring clay giants. I wanted a golden D, you know? I wanted golden D, but then the fact that Robin wants military made me realize, maybe I don't think he would forbid it entirely. Probably golden A would have been the best choice there. God damn it. Yeah, no, I don't care. I don't care for if I feel ambitions. It was necessary. I think this might be one of the few cases where Robin really didn't know where to go. You know? Yeah. Let's end the season. Auction! Auction. Auction time. No worries, Spider-Man Chief. Let's get going here. Yeah. Alright. Let's go! Exclamation mark fund followed by the letter of the building you want to fund followed by the amount of money you want to spend. Your options are raising farming for the barons with A, raising military for the barons with B, which would be great, lowering faith for the chiefs with C, lowering military for the chiefs with D, lowering farming for the patricians with E, raising stability with F. I think B and A would be best. Be amazing. Cultivator worship or ignite a popular religion in the marsh. When metal and clay can be given life, surely shows an incredible creator god. God, I really hope. I don't like that. I don't like that. 20 seconds left. I don't like that. And 10 seconds left. And 5 seconds left. Vote, 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 vote. All right, what passed? I see a potential snap attempt with A and D, which did not pass. So an observatory funded by the Northwind, and Ethan A is funding a fortress, and others, of course. So raising military and lowering faith. All right, good stuff. Good stuff. Shady business. All right, let's take a look at this. Sulors. Look at my character portrait, of course. Sulors, you are. Look at you. A chill redhead chief. I like it. Good stuff. Trash, Your Highness. I'm sure you'd be very concerned to hear the letter I had from Chief Morgan Moon. I'm sure you don't need to worry about that, Your August Majesty. Let's move on to a different vote. How about... Nay, I will speak. Morgan Moon writes... We're practically nose to nose, but while my crew was busy rowing, I saw a coastal ship sneaking into a sheltered bay. I had to speak ill of the patricians, but it looked very much like smugglers avoiding the capital's import fees. This is preposterous. Hearsay and gossip, nothing more. Okay. No, it's not heresy. It's not heresy at all. We could do B. Oh, D is a good solution. But I don't have that much money. I think it could be B. I mean, I'm a chief monarch. Yeah, I'm a chief king, exactly. Yeah, I think I'm gonna do that. Yeah, that's reasonable. I'm gonna even golden choice that. Punish patricians and reward Chief Morgan Moon for alerting the treasury. Yeah, that's reasonable. That's the kind of stuff we need to know. We want to know. Patricians trying to avoid taxes. I mean, that's everybody's secret, right? Like, no, everybody knows that, but just an open secret. But it's good to know where they're doing it. All right. That's true, Northwind. Counting down from 5, vote B to get some free money. 4, 3, 2, 1, and 0. Alright. The treasurer sends her most menacing heavies to fetch the gold from the patricians' villas. Of course, they grumble for weeks about the injustice. Worse, it turns out that smugglers were in cahoots with Howitzer to provide illicit supplies for his voyage. Without their help, his progress slows. Ow. But Morgrimmon is pleased to receive the fruits of her snitching. The race continues onward. You wait to hear more from the competitors. Yeah. Yeah, that was Howitzer. Using smugglers, exactly. About your ear. Your marriage to Johanna has grown strong and steady like an old castle wall. Though it began as a political arrangement, it's blossomed into something like love. It's high time you thought about an heir. Rats are in order. We do these the traditional method. Yes, that's what we like around here in this dynasty. Alright. Pagan prophecies. If we get an event about my overtaxing peasants, just know, spent all my money fortifying the border, so it's justified. High Inquisitor says that Northern Chiefs God Speakers have uncovered an ancient prophecy. Let me guess, you think it's all fake? Of course it's fake. Nothing those pagan gods have ever said or done is real. This is about one of countless myths used to justify the behavior of immature heathens. What she means to say is, the chiefs plan to use the prophecy to justify unseating you. True or not, many Northerners believe it. Bomb, thanks so much for being here. Hope you had a good time. I'll see you around next time. Take care. Cut to the chase. What do I need to do? You must ensure that faith in the ninth god is strong across the kingdom. It will be our best defense against the pagans. Alright. Alright, what do we do? I mean, I don't think there's much we can do here. If only we had 3 faith, then A would increase it by 2. Yep. Now. Oh, I agree, Dragon Pit. I did not want to ignore the church. Yeah. Would the religious tolerance law have applied here? I have no idea. And I wouldn't want... I don't even want to think about it. Because I get a headache. So... do you call for unity with veto? I think we just veto these. Yeah, let's go. Vote, vote, vote. Vote, vote, vote. That is against the law? What? What is against the law? What law? Alright, looks like it's gonna be B. Let's go. Invent a counter prophecy. You have your scholars and theologians discover another prophecy which contradicts the first, written on older stone tablets found in the same archaeological site. The northern commanders are not sure who to believe. You've bought yourself some time. The chief's set goal will not be evaluated until the end of the next season. Alright. I think it's still a common tax here. Yeah, let's go. Storms at sea. The Stone Maiden again! What the fuck? What the fuck? I mean, it's gotta be the Stone Maiden. Kane, behold, your majesty. I really hope it's not Astral Projectile again. Okay, thank God. Baroness Battle of Kane pulls aside a Torpolan to reveal a granite statue of Baron Goofy's holiday. Sorry, Goofy. The statue is impeccably detailed, its expression of frozen grimace. Yeah, this is weird, like that it happens twice in a row, yeah. At least they make a beautiful statue. A sad sight, is it not? That's not a statue, is it? Astutely observed, your majesty, this is all that remains of my fellow baron. It seems the Stone Maiden is abroad in the marsh. Isn't there a fairy tale about her? Old women scare their children with tales of her age. She is a walking statue with burning yellow eyes. All who meet her gaze are turned to stone. She sleeps for years at a time before awakening and terrorizing the kingdom. She must have ambushed Baron Goofy's holiday on their latest hunting trip. Please, my liege, we must do something. Goofy, rest in pieces. And what do we do? I think we do the only thing we know how to do, right? We send an army. I think we just send an army, right? We just smash the thing. We definitely do not hire a wizard. We definitely do not hire a wizard. We don't trust wizards. Yeah. Yeah, let's go. Let's smash this thing to rubble. Smash it, then smash the pieces. Then close them into jars. And then spread the jars all over the kingdom and bury them. And then kill the people who buried them. That's how you do it, yes. Alright, it looks like it's gonna be B. Thank God. 80% chance success. Can we freaking do it? 80% success. Success. Send an army to smash this thing to rubble. Martial troops find the Stone Maiden waiting for them in the foggy swamp. Her eyes blazing through her swirling mist. She beckons. 80%. Thank fucking God. A terrible battle ensues with hundreds of soldiers turned to stone, and long last handless hammer blows shot at the Stone Maiden into 1,000 tiny pieces. What do you think the interaction between the Stone Maiden and some Ash Medium golems would be? Would the golems be turned to stone? Would they just stay clay? You know? How does it work? What do you think? What do you think is the interaction? The barons see the victory as a sign of the ninth god's favor, and who's to say they're wrong? Thank freaking God. Awesome, that's what it would be. We get stone golems. But they keep moving, that's smart. I'd ship it, right? Golem's been surprised about being stronger. So, I want to see this one. I see when they look each other in the eyes. I would think. Chief Comrade Otaku. Thank Morgana, our soldiers are renowned throughout the kingdom and beyond. We've awarded so many medals that can serve as full plate mail in a pinch, your greatness. Why don't you transfer some of our best troops to help police the capital? That improves security and show the Northern Army for what it is, the pride of the kingdom. Hey Steel, welcome. Good morning. Oh, you're right, Morgan. That's a good point. First player, welcome. No worries. You want to station soldiers in the capital? You esteemed highness, think of the threat to your security. Let us make use of them instead. So what can we do here? We can bring the northern soldiers to the capital. Bunch of money. We can order them to help out the patricians. Not too bad. Leave the troops in the north where they belong. What do we do? I have a feeling it might be help out the patricians here. You know? I think so. So, should northern troops be brought to police the capital? I don't think they should. That feels like favoritism. I think I'm going to call for unity here. And ask you to go for B. In the spirit of cooperation of the Chain Pact, please, let's all vote for B. You've missed a couple of really intense rolls, Steel. I'm glad the council sees reason. I'm really glad. 2 to 10, 2 to 11. I think it might be B. I think it's pretty decided. It's 13 to 4, 16 to 5. I'm gonna be counting down from 5, 4. Sorry, 2, 1. Oh wow, and 0. 19 to 5. That's pretty one-sided. Order them to help out the patricians. Grambling the chiefs sent some of their less decorated troops over to the coast. The northern soldiers soon whipped the local troops into shape. As rugged northern warriors parade proudly through the villages, coastal peasants flock to admire them. Keen to learn axe throwing and get their own tattoos, many join up on the spot. That's a good point, Morgan. Cows go unmilked and fields unplowed, but the army ranks swell with enthusiastic recruits. Well, that's great to hear. That's great. Fantastic. So we have Storm at Sea now, which is the last event of this season. Before I resolve this, though, I need to take a quick restroom break. So I would kindly ask you to do the same. I'm gonna be stepping away from the computer for 2 or 3 minutes while I use the restroom, and I'll take the opportunity to run a 90-second ad break so we can get rid of pre-rolls, mid-rolls, and all that kind of stuff. And then we can continue. So use the opportunity to go grab a snack or a drink or a toilet. Use the restroom yourself if you need to. I'll be back in 2-3 minutes, and then we can continue. 90 seconds of ads incoming now. See you super soon. Alright, welcome back everyone. Welcome back. You cannot take over, no. Yeah, I'm impressed you have not died, Ethan. Alright. Let's continue these. Thank you so much for sticking around. Moon, says Lelkatlen, has sent word that she escaped this nasty storm on her voyage. But Lord Patrician Howitzer hasn't been so lucky. He was blown off course and are running out of food. Your August Majesty, surely in the interest of fairness we should send some supplies? By the old gods, why? If he fell foul of a storm, that's his fault. But this is a boat race, not a competitive fast. Does he deserve to perish, your August Majesty? Yes, look at me, I'm the Lord now. Well, if the chief's scheme wins, does that make the monarch claim by default Chainbreaker? What? Does that make the monarch claim by default Chainbreaker, or is it possible the monarch might keep the pact and simply want the throne? In the current state of things, it's a chain break. But it's up to you. It's up to you to decide. My king, I wouldn't even gamble on this in the first place. Oh, I haven't gambled. It's up to you to discuss it together and figure it out. Like the same way I gave you freedom to tell me, hey, what's it gonna be like when Robin the First takes the throne? Whenever the pact is broken, I'm going to ask you, hey, what happens now? So we should send supplies, right? Oh god. Oh god. Hey Ninja Style, welcome, how you doing? To join the game you type exactly what that which lurks said. Exclamation mark join, followed by your pronouns. Welcome, welcome. It's possible they in the current RP, PJ is a Republic advocate and the claimant is of his house, yes. It's possible they break the chain but keep the packet for diplomatic purposes. I guess it depends on the family, yeah. The chain will break, we will reinforce the metal to create a shield that will support and protect the people. That's pretty evocative. Yeah, that's true, Vaspir. There you go, Ninja Style. Thank you so much for joining. Let me see where you are. Oh, there you go. I see you. You're a Baron. Boom. You are a Baron of the March. If you have any other questions about how to play the game or anything, feel free to ask in chat, and I'm sure that people would be more than happy to give you pointers. So, what do we do here? We send supplies. We definitely send supplies here. How do we send supplies? I think we just send supplies, yeah. We need to support. We need to support. We need to support our people. We're gonna send supplies. What was that? Oh, Ninja Style, thank you so much for the follow. Awesome, looking forward to getting more involved with this piece of art. Fantastic! So I gather you just recently discovered the game? Y'all, I'm gonna give you money to help me send supplies to Howitzer, because I think that's the fairest thing to do. It's a boating craze, it's not a fasting contest. That's, that's a reasonable thing to say. So vote C to get some free money and help me and help the monarch, the king out. I'm gonna be counting down from 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and 0. Boom. The patricians applaud your decision, while the chiefs mutter about the king's favoritism. The next you hear, the northern boat is in the lead. The race is nearly over. Alright, and the season. User Do, if that's how I pronounce your name, welcome and thank you for joining. You are a baron. There you go. Oh, how you doing? Deciding that the council money should be used on a peacock contest is why I'm joining the scheming team. It's about saving a noble's life. Really. Like, that was the reasoning behind it. If we don't do anything, this person is probably gonna die. And can we really trust if the other nobles are gonna do it and save them? No, not really. Then the only way to guarantee well-being of our people is to spend money. User, hello to you, how you doing? Let's end the season. That's fantastic, you mean this. I think I can expect some art from you now, right? Awesome ninja style. Far to the north, an ancient ceremony in the smoky clan hall reaches a fever pitch. Arnie, the chief's claimant, sits atop a throne of bones surrounded by god speakers chanting in a forgotten tongue. And thus, with Morgana as my witness, I hereby crown you, the king in the north, the Lord Render, soon to be king of all the kingdom. Glory to the Lord Render, chosen of Valtor, glory to Morgana and the north. The assembled chiefs roar in chorus with each other. Steins are smashed against one another in celebration. Now we must bring down the false king in the south and fulfill the prophecy. The only question is how. Yeah, is the Robin lineage going to end? It's up to the chiefs. Chiefs, you decide what to do. Think if you want to overthrow the King Robin or not. Your options are luring the king to the north and sacrificing him in a pagan ritual, trying to lower your own defiance, or sacrificing thousands of goats to the old gods and calling upon them to intervene, trying to raise your own farming. Wow. It looks like the chiefs want to break the pact. Yeah. It would be sad if Franz Howitzer lost all his money as he spends it on charity a lot. Wow. It looks like the chiefs want to break the pact. Yeah, A is super dishonorable. So who voted? Dragon Pit, Northwind, Morgrim, Traditional Grace, Shooter, and PJ, of course. Alright, let's go. Bribes are not working? That's weird. Try refreshing is would be my only recommendation. I don't know why. I didn't do anything. Alright, sacrifice thousands of goats. I just sent the bribe? What? That's super weird. Wait, let me finish this event and then I'm gonna see if I can check if it's working, alright? So it will be. Send out the word. Every citizen of the land must provide a goat for the butchering. But first we drink in honor of the gods. 4 cheers are up throughout the clan hall. Come morning, there will be a lot of work to do. For the final stage of their scheme, the chiefs must raise their farming to at least 10. Let the gods decide. Oh, that makes sense, yeah. Yeah, that makes sense. The claim of the throne from the chiefs is from PJ's family. So I think these are not appealing. So I'm gonna stick with the current votes, the current laws. We could actually have anonymous voting instead of call for unity here. You know, like the kingdom is united. Yeah, let's do that. Let's do anonymous voting instead of call for unity. Let me quickly check what PJ was saying. It looks like you're united to me. Kingdom looks united. Here we go. Anonymous does nothing on Twitch mode? Yeah, that's what you think. The page seems to be working correctly, so I don't know. It's weird that it's not triggering. But yeah, they didn't come through. That's true. I don't know why. I have no idea. The only thing I can say, like, try the usual things, right? Refreshing the browser, changing browser, trying to do it from incognito mode or something, you know? Like, cleaning the cache. Maybe it's a cache issue. Like, I would say try that kind of stuff. Yeah, awesome. But thank you for the heads up, PJ. Yeah, it's all about RP. It's all about RP. Oh, I think we got a bribe. Nope, that's a follow. User, thank you so much for the follow. That's not that kind of cash. The end is near. Giving up? What? And a Kraken? Giving up? What? What? Okay, let's start with the end is near. Let's start with the end is near. The coastal boat race is nearly at a close. I'd hoped the coast would win the day, but it appears that Chief Morgrim Moon will sail to victory. How exciting! Truly this race is of utmost importance. On a completely unrelated note, I have a shipment of copper that is due to intercept the racers any day now. If my ship got in the way, who knows what might happen. I dare say the race's outcome could be altered. Of course I could convince to alter the shipment's route instead. Crabs have enlisted a Kraken. Oh my god. Wait, the bribe came through. Clan of PJ have many natural enemies, just like PJs versus Robin the 3rd, PJs versus Robin the 4th, PJs versus Robin the 6th, and PJs versus other PJs. Damn PJs. They destroyed the clan of PJ. That's pretty good. The problem of the PJ clan is the PJ people. Yeah, you're quite belligerent. Thank you so much, PJ. That was pretty funny. The PJ Dynasty. We must purge the clan from the PJs. If my trade federation falls due to me losing, it could cascade into a recession of the kingdom's market. That's a good point. Your Highness, we must put a stop to this shameless attempt to sabotage the race. But it is kind of sabotaging. You know what? I'm going to be using anonymous voting here. Jesus Christ. That's so much money. That is so much money. That's so much money. So I think that the only way to do it is anonymous voting. And letting the people decide. Howitzer has that much money. Shiny Corks, welcome back and thank you for joining. Of course, user, of course you will be able to see what people vote in chat. The point is, don't look at chat. I'm not gonna focus on chat. And it's for roleplay. In my country we have a saying, a wolf is a wolf is a wolf, so I will use it to say, a PJ is a PJ is a PJ. It wasn't really the plan, but I can't see. Perfect. Like, vetoing C forces the king to put the regions against each other, and that goes against anything that is in the Chain Pact. So I'm gonna go anonymous voting and let you vote on A, B, or C. It's up to you. It's up to you. I don't necessarily want that money, so I ask you to vote for the thing you think is best. Alright, looks like you want the patricians to pay for the ship to obstruct Chief Morgrim. Okay. Looks like that's gonna be winning. 11 to 7, it's actually gonna close. 12 to 7, 12 to 8. I'm gonna give you all a few more seconds, then I'm gonna be counting down from 5. If you haven't voted, this is the moment. 4, 3, 2, 1, and 0. Alright. No money. Have the patricians pay for the ship to obstruct Chief Morgrimund's path. Mother of Mountains, this undermines the very sanctity of the boat race. I pretty much agree. Foreigners Yudamta's lumbering ship makes its slow way in front of Morgrimund's boat, blocking the way to the finish line. The copper makes its way to Tavalin ahead of schedule. Soon nobles and peasants alike gather at the finish line, watching breathlessly as the winner arrives. And it's both Lord Patrician Howitzer and Chief Morgrimund crossing the line simultaneously. Clearly I won, my oars crossed the line before yours. But oars aren't part of the boat, my prow was over the line first. Your Serene Highness, these nobles have bet their life savings on this race. Both have a legitimate claim. What should we do? Can I take both? Oh my god! 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 Let's read the options together. Let's read the options together. Option 1, Lord Patrician Howitzer is the winner. Defiance changes, and I get 18,000 wealth. Oh, you're not gonna crap me like that, Ethan. Chief Morgrimund is the winner. Defiance changes, I get 19,000 gold. Option 3, the answer is simple, it was a draw. Answer 4, technically they both lost. I'll take all the money. I get 37,000 gold. I get a bunch of money. People get mad. And authority raises. I'm more than willing to throw out $20 in bits at you if you pick the last one. Reaper, I appreciate the thought. but I'm not super comfortable with that, you know? Like, I really appreciate the thought, and I think that option D is hilarious. I don't know if I'm gonna pick it. I don't think I'm gonna pick it, but I want to think about it for a moment. If I end up picking it, though, I want to make it super clear that I'm not doing it for that. Because I really don't want for people who can spend money to affect the way I act on, I behave on stream, you know? I'm not for sale. I don't want to be influenced that way. If you took the money, you can reinvest it back into the kingdom to improve the quality of life and redistribute 7 tax cuts. It's for the good of the kingdom. That's a good point. Technically, the last one might help the practice hold off the chief win in the auction. I don't know. As a chief king, surely you would help the chiefs in this dispute. Oh god. Good to see you don't have a heart of Greek Kaji. Thank you, Reaper. Thank you, I appreciate that. Yeah, I'm not a sellout. Thank you, Tycho. So, oh god, this is the hardest choice I've ever had to make in this game. This is literally the hardest choice. This is literally the hardest choice. Yeah, my parents are both patrician and a chief, but I count as a chief monarch. This is the hardest choice. Yeah, D is the easiest choice in any situation except this freaking dynasty. Let me think. Let me look at my traits. Oh god. Oh god. Oh god. I have a trait that might push me to D. Oh god. Oh god. Oh god. I have a trait that might push me towards D. I'm gonna read this to you. The trait in question is taken from our mother, Heth of the PJ clan, by the way. I think the only diplomatic option is C. But listen to this. So this trait from Robin: sometimes an opportunity may hide behind an unappealing facade. Always be ready to listen and use things to your advantage. Kaji haunted by the morality of a choice in a video game. Not only is this a great stream, it shows what a great game King of the Castle is. Yes. Yes, I agree. So I think that the choice here... Yeah, that sounds like a D, right? I think the choice here, this is a decisive moment for Robin VI. It's either follow who you are or realize that could be disastrous. I think I have to follow the traits. I wrote it down. I think I have to go for it. It's Neon. I'm just about to get 38,000 gold, so... Always be ready to listen and use things to your advantage. What? But we rode all that way. You're... Oh my god, I cannot go above 20... No. Oh, I can. Your palace watch escorts them out. Soon the treacherous goons shake down both Howitzer and more Grim Moon. The nobles are appalled, but there's nothing they can do. Back on the coast and in the north, word spread about the king's great and unsporting behavior. Men refer to you as the cheat while speeding on the ground. Though the race is over, grip the kingdom, similar bet take place as Sparkfield is silent Perth, some successful, none of the ending in watery deaths. I have a nice treasury. Holy shit. Holy shit. Now that's a lot of money. Now that is a lot of money. Oh my god. Oh my god. Just buy Ashmead. Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ. That's so much money. I'm gonna give it back, I swear. I'm gonna give it back. Someone wrote a huge message adding me. I have no idea what it said. Feel free to post it again. There's an achievement for being super rich. From this day and all days from now on, the Alexandros Republic officially declares independence from the stupidity and corruption of the kingdom. We hope for this to be a peaceful transition, but if you are to stop us, then we won't hesitate to fight with extreme force. You fools have proven ineffective in ruling over our proud republic. Thus, together with the Mithril Republic and the Rasuna Kingdom, we officially declare independence from the kingdom. This has repercussions on the faction turn. You are declaring independence. If you are, you can be attacked by force assets by everyone. Please feel free to post a declaration about this on Discord so I can update the rules. Basically, everybody can conquer your lands and there's gonna be no repercussion if that's the case. I, Tiger Rasuna, declare the independence of Rasuna. The kingdom will have no control over us anymore. We will not follow orders and we won't pay any taxes. Let the kingdom know that one who messes with the autonomy and wealth of the people of Rasuna may be stripped of its power. We shall go further as the constitutional monarchy of Rasuna, claiming Rasuna City, the coastal region around Rasuna City, and the Rasuna Chur colonies as our land. Long live Rasuna. Yeah. Alright. So Rasuna, Mithril, and Alexandros are independent, which means that for those of you who are in Chur, you can just attack them with any means necessary, and there's going to be no repercussions. We, the Mithril Republic, declare independence from the kingdom of the Chain Pact, the corruption within it, and the orders given to not act against subversive elements within the colonies of our republic gives us the reason and right to declare independence. We wish this to be a transition without conflict. We do not wish war or the destruction of the pact, but it cannot provide for the people of this republic. Yeah, Trash, you weren't wrong. When faced with messages like these, I think it's time to finally use the blacklist. Oh, absolutely. They are out. They are absolutely out. Yeah. They are absolutely out. Yeah. They are out. Alright, giving up. You have brought war upon the whole of the realm with this treason. Who are you talking to? Yeah, you're not even on the blacklist. You're actually part of the royal family. I'm sure you have other things to worry about at the moment, Your Majesty. Yeah, you can say that. But I thought we should discuss the expedition to Chur. Essentially, it's a wash. 18 months and no sign of them. I think it's time to cut our losses. I'm sorry we wasted our money. Yeah. Let's settle on the kingdom's money. Still, it was fun to imagine the treasures of Chur. Either way, it's time to get on with our lives. Chur's mysteries remain hidden for now. I love how everybody's just shouting at corruption. Wow. Wow. I think so, Morgan, yeah. Alright. Me within the Pirate Horde are simply here to formalize our independence. I suppose a fleet sacking the city in Chur, and now 2 fleets is not as important as a piece of paper. Simply here to formalize our independence. I need to start blacklisting people. I mean, it's probably not gonna be. Let's see if we survive. If the pact survives, which I'm starting to doubt it's gonna happen. I'm gonna start. I need to start writing down blacklist. Why are they shouting at me? No war needed. My money was stolen last stream by greed, and I cannot support this. I don't know what you mean. If you declare independence, you're fair game. If you just clan declare the independence of the clan, the kingdom will have no control over us anymore. We will not follow orders, and we won't pay any taxes. Let the kingdom know that one that messes with the autonomy and wealth of the members of the clan will be stripped of its power. Glory to the clan PJ, the Alexandros Republic, and all allies who decide to fight for our freedom. We'll see. Loyal to the end, may God be with me. Yeah, that's treason. Let's see how this goes. A Kraken. I'm sure the Discord is going to be pretty active. A Kraken, a real-life understood Kraken just outside my harbor off the western shore. We should send our navy to subdue the beast at once. A Kraken has every advantage in a sea battle, your majesty. Perhaps a lighter touch is preferable. Instead, a Kraken can be appeased by an offering of living creatures. Heretical nonsense! You cannot be considering this, your majesty. Well, let me give you some money to send in the patrician's navy. Do you like money? Do you like money? Looks like you do. Even though you don't like the king, you still like the king's money, huh? So the Chur story is part of the Chain Pact, right? Yes. Does that mean I can send them weapons even if I don't have a faction on Chur? So what happens on the faction turn is happens on a different level as the roleplay. Basically, the roleplay can be inspired by the faction turn. The faction turn cannot be directly affected by roleplay, except for stuff like this. So large-scale things. So changes in the Chain Pact, blacklisting, those are the only RP things that can influence the faction turn. So you can roleplay with the other people in Chur and send them weapons in RP, but they will not gain mechanical assets for the faction turn if you send them weapons. Alright, looks like we're gonna go for A, let's go. Send in the patrician's navy. So I need to start writing down a blacklist because this is gonna be. So we have Alexandros, we have Mithril, we have Tycho, Resuna, we have Dragon Pit, welcoming the independent nations of Chur. Dragon Pit. We had PJ. All right. What else is here? Let's do. The navy takes hell yeah to the sea after the Kraken. A terrible battle ensues and the creature inflicts heavy losses before sinking, stone dead beneath the waves. The patricians interpret the victory as a sign of the Ninth God's direct intervention. They celebrate, ironically enough, with a number of debaucherous parties. All right. Ending the season. Phew. Oh, that raised stability, so no rebellion. Yeah, Robin the VI had a really strong fall from grace, yes. Spot of heresy, a booming crop, and your heir. We're definitely gonna do this first. Your quest for an heir is finally complete. You stand before the council, holding a small child in your arms. Should I die, ask that my crown be passed down to. The council is filled with nervous silence. My child. The assembled nobles break out into polite applause. By designating an heir, you cemented the stability of the kingdom. Your Serene Highness, may I be the first to congratulate you on the birth of your child. What is their name? Hey, Race Player. Hi. Robin the Seventh. Excellent, Your Serene Highness. I'm sure little Robin the Seventh will grow up to be a chip of the old block. You're a grandparent, indeed. The final Robin is non-binary, yeah. I appreciate that, user. Congratulations on finding the air, blah, 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 blah. Please calm down with the old caps. They make chat very hard to read for me, so I would appreciate it if you could tune that down. What is his ambition? His ambition is military. A spot of heresy. Let's take a look at this one. Chief Dijui! Your Highness, I'm stunned, outraged and incensed. I've been summoned to trial by the Inquisition on some nonsense fabricated charge. They're saying a group of church missionaries went missing near my lands. The weather's cold around there, anything could have happened to them. No one dares defend me on their own, they're too scared of the High Inquisitor. The trial is set, but the Council must intervene, Your Majesty. Though she remains silent, the Council is keenly aware of the High Inquisitor's steely gaze from across the chamber. Alright. We definitely do it, right? We search for a witness. I'm gonna do anonymous voting, because I think it's just very fitting for this situation. But I think we search for a witness. Chief doesn't deserve to be burned alive just because the Inquisition decided that that was the case. So I think just going over what happened with the race, I think that King Robin VI heeding the lessons learned from his mother, basically thought, okay, this will be a minor slight. It's only 2 families, and they decided to run. But think of all the good I can do to the kingdom with all that money. You know, I think that was what moved him to do it, and he profoundly miscalculated the consequences of what could happen. Yeah, exactly, Dragon Pit. He profoundly miscalculated. You distribute a proclamation amongst the chiefs asking for witnesses of Dijui's innocence. A northern villagers eventually comes forward, saying he saw the missionaries heading in the direction of the frozen lake near Dijui's estate. I'm not trying to justify what I did. I'm just trying to give it narrative sense, just so it's clear. Like, I'm not trying to convince that what happened was the coolest thing ever. I think, I don't have a preference. I don't think it was good or bad. Like, I try to take distance from what happens in game and not judge it. So I don't know if it was good or bad. I don't particularly care. I think it's a really cool story that's coming up. So I'm not trying to justify and convince you that it was a good thing. I'm just saying, okay, narratively, this was the reasoning. That's what happens in his mind. You know, I don't think it was, oh, I am greedy, I want all the money. I think it was just very miscalculated, very poorly miscalculated risks and very misplaced judgment in what he could accomplish. Let's go. Indeed, they're soon found wandering aimlessly through the featureless tundra, completely lost and snowblind, but alive. With no dead missionaries, the High Inquisitor is forced to drop the charges and pay compensation to Dijui, who sends you a small gift in thanks. Thank you, Dijui. Yeah, right. Like, exactly. That was the idea, user do, but the king didn't realize how bad it would be. Narratively, it makes the chiefs seem justified in usurping the throne. Kinda, right? Yeah. It definitely gives them a reason. Would I go so far as to say that it justifies them? I don't know. But it definitely gives them a reason. Like, some people are gonna be able to claim, hey, yeah, they were justified. Some other people would say, no, that was just a personal feud. They would have they should have resolved it a different way, you know? And that's what I like too. That it gives, it allows for a bunch of different interpretations. Yeah, that's true. That's true, Morgrim. Because I'm assuming that the nobles opposed the king's judgment, you know? Your Majesty, the yields from the northern farms are extraordinary. I've never seen the like. The peasants are practically drowning in turnips. They've even hybridized a new variety that grows so large that farmers hollow them out to use as doghouses and chicken coops. What? I've never seen this. We must assemble a team from the university to study this new crop. It could benefit the entire kingdom. Who doesn't need doghouses? By the old gods, wait a moment. You can't spread our secrets to just anyone. I'll have you know that our produce is very much in demand. We're just in the middle of securing a turnip trade agreement with Powlin. These eggheads could disrupt things terribly. Send in the repo, yeah. Just so you know, before I even see the options, King Robin would absolutely want to share the results with the other regions to help them out. So, what do we have here? Pay the chiefs to accommodate the scholars, prohibit the scholars and fast-track the Tavolin deal, claim the hybrid turnips for the kingdom and distribute widely. We could pay the chiefs. Right? We could pay the chiefs. Why the hell not? Why the hell not? Right, so I'm brewing up a sort of dice challenge against the crown. Are you willing to play as the royal forces, or will I have someone else step in? I would say have someone else step in, because I have no idea when I'm gonna have time to do it. So yeah, I would love to do it, but I wouldn't be reliable. It's the same game, Voltic. Pick B, the pack depends on it. The thing is, I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't do it. The pact is what's keeping this kingdom together. We have to vote B. See, that is strategizing. What would the king do? Encourage you to go for A, to help the other regions too. Yeah. That's what we do. I definitely make A the golden choice. I agree. I agree. Simply Voltic. Yeah, you are here. You are Baron. RP. 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 You can vote for something else, of course, but that's what the king would do. The king, in spite of what some of you may think, still loves the kingdom. Thank you, my king. You shall have my support for as long as you have the throne now. So, 5 minutes. Yeah, exactly. The king doesn't know shit about the plot. Alright, I'm gonna count down from 5 here. Vote A to get some free money. Counting down from 5. 4. 3. 2. 1. And 0. I don't know. I think it does raise your farming, DJ. The scholars are delighted, not least because they don't have to fund the expedition themselves. The chiefs grudgingly accept the stipend, which dwindles to a token amount once all the policy fees and paperwork is filed. But as knowledge of the northern turnips spreads across the kingdom, fields flourish. It doesn't raise the chiefs one. It doesn't. Okay. Okay. The turnip industry booms and larger turnips are grown, some even large enough to shelter people. Okay. Okay. Well now, see the last nice thing the king did for the kingdom. And now there's gonna be auction season. And look at this. Here it is. Here it is. So now, now, in this most important of auctions, decisive, that will possibly end the game. Let me just paint the picture here for you. Right? So for the chiefs who want to overthrow the king, and for all the chain breakers, spend your money on C. You gotta spend your money on C. If you do, the game ends. If you do, the game ends. For all the others, the people who want to uphold the pact keepers of the of the Chain Pact. You have to find 2 other choices to vote for and spend more money on both than the other people are gonna spend on C. It's near impossible. Yeah, the fate of Robin's and of the kingdom and of the Chain Pact depend on this. Yeah. Everyone, this is our chance to spend all the money and reduce the noble wealth to a reasonable number and stupidly high amount. Spend it all, baby. Yeah, if you can, spend your money. So yeah, if you want the Chain Pact to be broken, vote C. If you don't, vote for 2 other options. I see E and D been spoken about in chat, so I'm actually just gonna say it. You don't like D, and go E and something else. You will have 1 minute. I'm gonna give you a heads up. At 20, 10, and 5 seconds. The auction starts in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Auction is started. If you want the Chain Pact to collapse, fund C. If you want the Chain Pact to stay, fund E and I think D? I don't know. So far I only see C. So that's interesting. Alright, we have finally something on E. I don't get the impression that many people want the Chain Pact to survive here. I see D and E as the 2 highest funding buildings after C. But I don't think it's ever gonna be enough. 20 seconds left. So if you want to spend money on E and D, this is the time to do it. You cannot wait. You gotta do it now. 10 seconds. 10 seconds. You gotta do it now. D and E. 5 seconds. 5 seconds left. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. That was so close. That was so close. That was so close. Holy shit. That was a freaking amazing auction, everyone. Congrats. Holy shit. Wow. Holy fuck. Holy fuck. Alright. Alright. Well, yeah, kinda. Supporting the Chiefs too. Good job. My ancestors helped put his blood on the throne. Now I'm removing you from it. That's so poetic. Exactly, Dragon Pete. This is mostly because Robin VI stole the money, and history will remember Robin VI as a greedy, corrupt ruler, ignoring their true intentions behind it. Exactly. Exactly. Like, he was good-intentioned, but he just took a step longer than his... You know, I don't know, like, that's an Italian thing. You know? Then his stride, whatever. I don't know if that exists in English. It's alright, Trash. That's how it goes. Alright. Good night, Tycho. Over the past few months, you've noticed strange weather patterns, flash floods, terrible storms, the lot of it. And even though it's only autumn, the cold has come on earlier and stronger than ever before. Snow blankets landscapes that are typically warm year-round. The capital has never seen a storm like this, even in the depths of winter. Great God, I've never seen such a storm. This is an ill omen. Why is this happening? Who can say? Might be it's the work of warlocks, or even a wizard. God damn it, the wizards. When your advisors finally assemble to discuss the blizzard, they each have differing opinions on the matter. We need to secure what food we can from the palace, in case this gets worse. Damn, what the peasants say about tyranny. I'll take care of them if they try anything. We cannot set off the common folk in a time like this. Perhaps a spy master could leverage her contacts to uncover the source of this unnatural cold. This is an act of God. Make no mistake, I warned you there would be consequences for letting the church's influence wane. The warmth of his love has left us. I need solutions and plans, people, not speculations. Our sincerest apologies, Your Majesty. I'm sure we have plenty of options to... Just then, a member of the watch rushes into the room, waving her arms around and screaming loudly. An army from the north! More details, speak quickly. Horns blare in the distance, the deep thunderous war horns of the chiefs. Your advisors look at each other in confusion, then dread. You sprint to the city battlements, your honor guard and advisors in tow. The winds howl. These are perfect stats for the chiefs. The wind howls, whipping snow into your eyes. A gigantic heathen army approaches. Northern warriors, scantily clad, despite the cold and hulking beast-like monsters. Despite the cold and hulking beast-like monsters of various shapes and sizes. Yeah, that's true. That's true, kinda. Yeah. 9th above. You can say nothing more before the horns sound again. The army surges forward. A guttural war cry on every chief's lips. We have to get you to safety, Your Highness. We're not prepared for an attack like this. I've never seen these ending, by the way. Your marshal grabs your hand and pulls you away from the walls. Moments later, you're trudging down muddy streets trying not to lose her. But the city is filling with panicking peasants, and the blizzard is worsening. You can't see more than a few feet in front of you. Where are my honor guards? Your shots are lost in the wind. Behind you, there's a deep, creaking groan as the capital's main gate collapses. You wander and shout until it seems the storm is turning you around on purpose. Inevitably, the northern warriors fill the streets. Chief Northwind is the first to find you, tired and muddy and completely alone. I won't go down without a fight. You reach for your sword, hand shaking from the cold as much as nerves. A terrifying roar is your only reply as the unmistakable form of a white werewolf towers over Chief Northwind. This is so perfect. Likewise, the chief looks down on you with an almost bestial snarl. Chalith awaits, crooked king. Yeah, this is Scala, right? She gestures flippantly. The beast barrels you to the ground with ease, eager to feast on its prey. GG! And congrats to the Chiefs! Holy fucking shit! That was an epic conclusion. Holy crap! The Chain Pact is broken. It's no more. GG to the Chain Breakers, actually. Yes, congrats. Holy crap. King Robin the Sixth died in agony, torn apart by a werewolf in a calamity that would become known as the Night of Frost. Oh, we almost knew the Robin dynasty would end because of werewolf. You're right. Because they were werewolves. Oh my god. It's broken for now. It's broken for now. The Barons' revolutionary plans for their new model army was quietly shelved but not forgotten. Those blueprints will surely come in useful someday. The patricians failed to turn the kingdom's debts against it, and the moment had passed. They were practical, they set about collecting interest and hoarding wealth, waiting for the time to scheme once more. The capital was buried in snow as Arnie, the Lord Render, led his army of monsters to slaughter his enemies and seize the throne for the chiefs. The power of the old gods could never be denied again. Yeah, the Night of Frost is beautiful. I agree. I agree. Let's see what the epithet is here. King Robin VI, the Unbending. Yeah, doesn't bend but breaks. Doesn't bend but breaks. Richest is Ephra, poorest is Kane. Yeah, you should have said the greedy. I mean, could have said the greedy. And this is Arnie, who looks so weird in Crownland clothes. It just doesn't fucking fit. Look at him. Oh my god. Yeah, this is the the PJ dynasty. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, Mr. Solev, hello. We just finished. This is good. Do you want to know what the... so let me read to you the traits for King Robin, and then let me give you a quick word on what will happen now. So King Robin had 4 traits. The traits were: don't trust wizards, always let them be, and be thankful when they leave. From King Robin V. Then we have: we can only rely on our strength to keep the kingdom safe, always strike first when danger is on the horizon. And that came both from Robin V and from his own experience at war. Then we had the one that I read you earlier: sometimes an opportunity may hide behind an unappealing facade. Always be ready to listen and use things to your advantage. Hef. And then commoners may be just as wise as nobles. Never ignore their words, just due to their status. These were the guiding principles of Robin the Sixth, and it's really interesting that the one that led him to demise came from Heth, from the royal consort, who, by the way, belonged to the same dynasty, to the same lineage of the person who took the throne. That's so good. That is so good. All that is so incredibly good. All right. So, now that King Arnie has taken the throne and the Robin lineage has been shattered, things will change. How do things change? The Chain Pact is probably not going to be upheld, since the PJ lineage was against the Chain Pact. Robin was betrayed by his uncle. Absolutely, yes. Yes, we actually had a relationship. Like, you can go back and look at the relationship. Yeah, the poetic irony is amazing in this one. I agree. Yeah, see, PJ wants to form a union of noblemen and noblewomen. We will rule together with Arnie as our first president. Yeah, you will need to discuss stuff on Discord. Absolutely. I wish to form... Yeah, I read that. I read that. You gotta discuss all that with everybody else on Discord. And then you can tell me, like, this person comes... The new king comes from PJ's family, but it's... I wouldn't say that PJ has absolute power on what happens. I think you decide together, right? There's still a council of nobles, so you can discuss and negotiate and try to figure out what happens. I will need to know how I need to roleplay King Arnie by next Wednesday, and I'm really curious to see what happens now. Like, this could be, in my eyes, either something entirely new where things take an entirely different turn and spiral down into chaos. It could be a situation where Arnie and the others decide to reforge the pact in a different light. It could be a situation where you decide to just change slightly the pact. It could be a situation where you decide that, okay, the Chain Pact was not good, let's make the Ring Pact, or whatever, where everybody is on the same, you know, on the same, there's no chain, there's just one ring made out of all the nobles, and we rule together, like a republic. And you can give me rules, you know? So, yeah, no, I agree. This involved intervention from the Northern gods, not a dishonorable betrayal, so it could be potentially a good ruler for Northern, or another Asgal. I agree. I need to figure out what I think about King Arnie, but I also, like, the character of King Arnie, I think I'm gonna decide myself, but how, like, the system in which he's going to be ruling, I need to know from you. So you need to get on discussing on Discord and figure out what kind of system is Arnie going to follow. If you decide nothing, I'm just gonna rule as a normal ruler. I almost wish we had done the game turn actions after this stream. This changes a lot. Honestly, the game turn actions that we're gonna be playing take place during Robin the Fifth stream, during Robin the Fifth's reign. So from the next action, these changes will take into play. Will be into place. So nothing changes for Friday, because the actions on Friday take place during Robin the Fifth's sixth actually reign. We'll need a new Dynasty roleplayer thread for this. Do we? Yeah. So, would you be willing to add the treasury amount should the dice challenge succeed? I don't think I would. I don't know. And I'm not comfortable messing around with the game save, with the save file for this dynasty. So no, I wouldn't change it. Oh, the anthem is not going to be sung. So if you want to create a new anthem, yeah, we could go with a new anthem. It's not mandatory though. I'm loyal to the old king. Yeah, there you go. You can do whatever you want. I'm sure there's going to be more people who are still thinking of the Chain Pact. You can coordinate with those. So yeah, get on with the discussion. If you need anything, let me know on Discord. And I'm gonna create a thread or a channel, whatever it is that you need, and get to discussing what happens and what kind of ruling system King Arne is going to assume. If I don't know anything by next Wednesday, I'm just gonna rule as I see fit. This is super cool. I'm really curious to see what happens in the next 3 or 4 episodes. This is incredible. All right. Yeah, we're in uncharted territory now. You have to figure out yourselves where you're going to want to go with this. I'm giving you freedom. As I said, nothing stops you from reforging the Chain Pact if you decide that there are the right conditions and you manage to do it. But otherwise, you can just decide, okay, we're gonna do things this way. Yeah, and for sure, I think that given the fact that the Chain Pact has fallen, I think that what that means is it's not that the republics are gonna be out of, like, quick question, are the republics still outside of the kingdom, or are they now accepting to being part of the kingdom? Given the fact that the Chain Pact has fallen, I will need declarations from the people who declared independence. Because if they keep upholding their independence, they're gonna become targets for sure. You have left completely, then you're freaking targets. Yeah, then the chur dynamic changes entirely. We'll have a power king, but he must work as a union members. All former members of the kingdom will decide to be independent, will remain independent if they want to. If you have more of different propositions, then please speak. Talk about this on Discord though, PJ. Because it's really hard to have that kind of conversation in chat. Yeah. I need. If you're a Republic, if you declared independence, let me know on Discord. If you're in Chur and you declared independence, let me know on Discord, because that will have repercussions. Yeah, Chur's next turn may be a bloodbath. I agree. All right. Alrighty. I think that's gonna be it. I think that's gonna be it. That's it. Thanks so much for playing, everyone. I'm incredibly excited to see where this goes. It's in your hands. The future of the kingdom is literally in your hands, so get onto it. I really want to see how you surprise me for next time. Thanks so much for playing. I hope you had a good time, and let's see where this goes. Take care. See you next time in episode 9 of the Chain Pact Dynasty.